In medieval Europe, being a knight was not what you imagine. Not honor, not glory, not shining armor in the sun, but mud, cold, and a life built on discipline and survival. Most knights were not noble heroes. They were warriors, trained from childhood to fight. Boys started young. Around the age of 7, they were sent away from home, not to learn comfort, but obedience. They became pages, serving older knights, learning how to behave, how to follow orders, and how to survive in a strict hierarchy. By their teenage years, they became squires. This was where the real training began. Weapons, armor, combat. They learned how to fight on foot and on horseback, how to endure pain, and how to keep going, even when exhausted. Because on the battlefield, there was no mercy. Armor was not light. A full set of plate armor could weigh over 20 kilograms. It restricted movement, it trapped heat, and once you wore it, you couldn't easily take it off. Imagine standing for hours, under the sun, or in the cold, unable to rest. But armor was necessary. Without it, you wouldn't survive long. Life in castles was not comfortable either. They were cold, dark, and often damp. Heating was limited, food was simple, and hygiene was far from ideal. The romantic image of castles doesn't match reality. They were built for defense, not comfort. Even on the battlefield, things were different from movies. Battles were chaotic, loud, confusing. There were no perfect duels, no clean fights, just survival. Knights could be knocked down, trapped under armor, unable to stand. And in that moment, they were vulnerable. Because once you fell, getting back up was not guaranteed. War was not the only part of their life. Knights also had responsibilities. They served lords, protected land, collected taxes, maintained order. But this wasn't always honorable. Power came with control, and sometimes abuse. Not all knights were heroes. Some were feared. Because strength, without limits, can become something else. Even the idea of honor was more complicated than it seems. It existed, but it was selective. It depended on loyalty, on status, on who you served. Not everyone was treated equally, and justice was not always fair. Religion also played a major role. Knights were expected to follow Christian values, to fight for their faith, to obey the church. But reality was often different. Belief and behavior didn't always match, because survival came first, and survival doesn't always follow ideals. Becoming a knight was not easy. It required years of training, discipline, endurance, and connections. Not everyone could become one. It was a position, but also a system that shaped people into something specific, not just warriors, but tools of power. Knights were not myths, not legends, but real people living in a harsh world, adapting, surviving, doing what they had to. And the real question is, if you lived in that time, would you still want to become one?